Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So again, going over my daily plan on exactly how I plan on playing into the SPY again after having a pullback to Jerome Powell mentioning that unemployment is not high enough after, again, our decrease in rates that we had and now continuing on below our 20-day moving average after having an indecisive candle from Jerome Powell and also now dropping below our 50 from yesterday, closing below our 50, gapping down here, now sitting on a doji candle exactly here at our 380 level that we did bounce off of. And also yesterday, again, mentioning that we would continue on lower if we dropped below our 385 level. Again, that is our prior support level that we had here, as you guys can see, dropping below it. And now testing our next level here at 380 that we did drop down below prior and gapped down from, again, getting that gap down prior here at this point, exactly at 380. I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for here. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, again, we have our prior support level that we mentioned from yesterday here at 385. We mentioned that if we did drop down below 385, which we did gap down below 385 again this morning in pre-market, we would have known that we had, again, bearish momentum coming in today. And as you guys can see, sure enough, did drop down below our 385 level. And we are now sitting at a bounce here at our 380 level with a doji candle. Again, our 380 level is our prior support level that we had before we did have our gap down here. And exactly here at this point in time, we are exactly testing that support level that we did not hold prior. And so our question is, will we hold this 380 level? Will we have a bounce, possibly retest our 20 as we are curling over? We are not, again, curling below our 50, so that does show us that we could have a bounce back, possibly going into next week, looking for that possible bearish candle setup here as we do have our 20 crossing below our 50. Or if we are going to continue on higher here, again, we do need our 20 to at least hold above our 50, and we need to at least bounce back over our 50 to show us that we are going to start to respect it, and then looking for that possible bullish candle setup if we are going to continue on higher. But again, at this point in time, the market very much seems to be pricing in what was a possible Fed pivot that Nick Timiraos mentioned that was likely to happen. And as you guys can see, again, we did get that decrease in rates, but again, not exactly the data we're looking for. We need that large increase in unemployment. There are not enough jobs that are lost for what Powell was looking for. So again, keeping that in mind. And as you guys can see, our overall strength here has been showing us that our EMA lines have been pointing down. Again, looking for that continuation on lower since we did have our EMA lines pointing down. Again, we did mention a few days ago that if we started to point up here, then we could possibly curl back up, possibly continue on with the bounce above our 20-day moving average. But as you guys can see, very much closing below our 20 and very much closing below our 50 as well. Continuing on lower here. As you guys can see, our EMA lines are still pointing down, showing us a lot of strength to the downside. We got an increase in sell pressure here. Continuing on lower, again, mentioning a few days ago that if we did increase in sell pressure below our prior sell pressure point, then we would have that strength to the downside. And as you guys can see, very much showing us that strength to the downside with a gap down today, now sitting on a doji at our prior support level at 380. As far as room to run to the upside, again, we never got into overbought territory. We did drop down below the median of our RSI, showing us a lot of strength to the downside. Again, we had our bullish divergence that we had nice continuations from, giving us, again, that decrease in momentum to the downside. Again, after Nick Timiraos mentioning that possible Fed pivot, but now pointing down here on the RSI, very careful to the upside at this point in time, and very much careful to the downside as well, as we are sitting on a doji candle, clearly respecting our 380 prior support level. So again, looking to see if we do either continue on with this bounce, continue on below 380 with the possible engulfing candle from here. But in my opinion, if we continue on with this bounce, since we are sitting on a doji candle, very much clearly respecting our 380 level, then in my opinion, we're looking for that bearish candle setup below our 20-day moving average here as we are curling over. So again, looking to see if our 20-day does start to continue on to curl lower here, and to see if we do get that bearish candle setup here just below our 20-day moving average here. So again, that is what we're looking for, to see if we can continue on lower, again, either flushing below 380, or if we continue on with this bounce, looking for that bearish candle setup below our 20-day is exactly what we're looking for. As you guys can see, prior, again, we had prior gap downs as our 20-day was curling over. However, we never had our 20-day cross below our 50, so we never continued on lower. We did come back with the bounce and then looked for that bearish candle setup here. And as you guys can see, clearly continuing on lower here as we dropped below our prior neckline here intraday. So again, looking for that bearish candle setup from here, just like we had prior. Our 20-day hasn't crossed below our 50, looking for that bearish candle setup below our 20. If we're going to continue on lower here, again, if we're going to continue on higher though, again, very much letting the play come to us, as we have been mentioning. Again, we do not want that continuation on that rejection here on the up and over channel that we have been getting multiple times. So again, that's what we have been trying to avoid. That's exactly what we did avoid. We never got that bullish candle set up here on the upper end of our channel, just making sure the plays come to us here. And again, a very nice breakout to the upside today. If you guys did see that PMI data coming out today, a little above neutral on inflation, a very nice spike today. I made about 26% on that spike today. Played nice calls again out the gate on that PMI data. And as you guys can see, our largest indicator that we have been tracking, again, this is the dollar, the DXY, looking to see if we would continue on with this bounce, and surely continuing on with this bounce here, continuing on with strength. And as you guys can see, very much looking for that continuation on with strength after mentioning that our 12 and our 26 crossed back higher here after crossing just below here, and looking for that continuation on with strength here, very much continuing on higher with strength here on the MACD. As you guys can see, breaking above our prior buy pressure point, showing us that we were increasing in strength on the dollar, showing us weakness on the SPY today. So again, a very simple play in my opinion to the downside as well on the SPY after having our increase in strength on the dollar. Now again, with that said, I know the market can get very choppy. The market can possibly gap down on days that you aren't exactly expecting the most amount of breakouts to be happening. But however, in the Instabulls room, about 2.5 hours before market open, any news, any movers that are worth looking at throughout the day, we mentioned them in the Instabulls room, identified with true volume, correct indicators that we watch in the Instabulls room. Any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below. And only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today. Again, if you guys, for example, did not see BYSI this morning, again, we mentioned that it was higher risk because, again, we had PMI data coming out 15 minutes after market open. However, it was on a spike, looking to see if we can continue on above our $2 psychological resistance out the gate. And as you guys can see, clearly breaking above our $2 psychological resistance, jumping up all the way up to $2.58 on the day. Again, a very nice breakout. And again, all of you Instabulls that come over every single day and support the channel, again, just taking with the market, just like we have here with BYSI. Higher risk movers this morning, however, very nice breakouts on the week. Every single day we have had almost an amazing breakout, making sure that we continue to take with the market and staying blessed as we continue to do. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.